All right, this is Jason Tolbert, and I'm here with Conrad Reynolds, who is running for U.S. Senate here in Arkansas. Conrad, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Arkansas. My father was an Arkansas State policeman, so we moved around from different towns to different towns. I lived in Ozark for a while, Bentonville, Batesville. Graduated high school in Batesville, and I went to college at UCA in Conway, and of course started my military career out of in Conway. I spent 26 years on active duty, 3 years in reserve, so I have a total of 29 years in service. And I was an intelligence officer during my entire time. I've served in Iraq and Afghanistan and Bosnia, and been to about 40 different countries. But I've enjoyed serving my country. I love it, and of course now I've retired back to Arkansas.
Well, what made you decide to switch from your military career now into looking into going into politics? What got you into doing that?
Well, that's a big decision on my part. I've always had an interest in politics, to be honest with you. Always had to be apolitical in the military. But as the new administration, the Obama administration came in, and some of the things that they were doing that I saw, I believed that I needed to get involved. There is a feeling across this country of lack of trust with the government, particularly this administration. And I quite frankly felt like I'm in a position now, because I'm retired, to be able to do something. I felt like we needed leadership. We needed decisive leadership in Arkansas, particularly at the U.S. Senate level, and so that's why I'm in.
Great.
I think I can offer that.
What are some of the big issues you want to talk about? You want to run for Senate. You obviously got to have some things that you really want to see addressed in Washington. What are some of the things you want to see?
Well, obviously the big issues right now, of course, are health care, cap and trade, and card check. Those are the things that are on the forefront right now in Arkansas. But I'm particularly interested in VA, the VA health care for veterans. Obviously, I'm a veteran for all my whole life. I've served the military. I believe that our veterans need to be taken care of, and I'm very concerned about where this administration is going, and I want to make sure that our veterans are taken care of. And that's one of my major issues I want to take care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've been in the race now for about 2 or 3 weeks. Is that right?
The 13th was my quote
Okay.
official coming out.
Haven't heard your name a whole lot yet. What do you think is one reason why you haven't got a lot of traction yet? And what are kind of some of the things you're doing to try to get your campaign up and running?
That's a good question. Actually, I'm really happy where I'm at now. I'm building my team. It's taken a couple of weeks to get my team together. I've got some really star quality coming to my team. I'm happy where I'm at now, and we're moving forward. And I think that in the next few months, I'm going to be you're going to hear a lot about me. So.
Okay. Well, one of the things we've heard about was at your announcement. State Representative Gilbert Baker actually introduced you.
State Senator.
State Senator Gilbert Baker actually introduced you.
Right.
He had a big announcement today, kind of the news of the hour, is that he's also jumping into the U.S. Senate race. Explain kind of the relationship there. He introduced you at your announcement, but yet now he's jumping in racing as your opponent.
Well, and I really do appreciate Gilbert doing that. That was a very nice gesture on his part. I've known Gilbert now for a little over a year. I came back and helped him get elected, actually, to the state senate last year. I worked on his campaign. He is my state senator from Conway, because that's where I reside. Again, a little disappointed that he, less than a year later, has decided to use that as a stepping stone to run for the U.S. Senate against me. I mean, that's kind of ironic after I helped him, but still, he has every right to do that. But I'll be honest with you, Gilbert confuses me a little bit. I mean, I talked to him at length over several months, April, May, and June. And during that time, he was on again, off again, didn't know if he was going to run. So I was a little bit confused as to what his intentions were going to be. Of course, I decided to jump in. I was decisive and decided I'd jump in July. I made that decision. And then he called me, I guess it was in August, early August, and told me of his decision to try to form an exploratory committee and perhaps announce sometime in 1 October. And then I read that. Then he called me last Friday and said he was going to announce today. So I don't know what Gilbert's overall plan is. I will tell you that the last time I talked to him there at the Starbucks in Conway, he told me the difference between me and him is that I wanted this job and he didn't. Now, so I don't know what that means. All I know is that I think we need decisive people in this race. And so I'm in it 100% when I got in. And I welcome Gilbert. If he wants to run, I welcome him to it.
Sure. Well, one thing that we'd be interested in hearing, there's at least 6 people that are now officially in.
Right.
Could be as many as 12 people that jump in.
Right.
What makes you different? What is the thing that distinguishes you from all the other candidates that warrants people to vote for you or everyone else?
Right. Well, a couple things. Number one, of course, I've served my country for 30 years. I have a really good understanding, I think, what the world thinks about the United States. Again, as I said, I've been to 40 different countries. I understand what it means to be an American and how we're perceived in the world. And on the U.S. Senate, on that particular stage, I think it's important to have somebody that has the kind of experiences that I bring to the table. And I think that I have decisive leadership skills that I've earned and have over 30 years. I think that can bring that to the table. And I think that the people of Arkansas will have an opportunity to look at me, look at my career. The best indicator of what somebody will do in the future is look what they've done in the past. And I think people will like what I have to say. And I think it will resonate with the people of Arkansas.
Great. Was there anything else that you think we need to know about you?
Only that I will give it 110%. I won't do anything halfway. What I say is what I mean. I will do what I tell you. I'll look you straight in the eye and tell you that you can count on me. And I will lead, and I will my website. It's www.voteconrad.com, voteconrad.com. And I'm in the middle of changing my site a little bit. So it's not going to be the same site that they saw probably a month ago. I'll be changing that sometime next week, but I think people are going to be excited about my campaign. I certainly am, and we'll see what the future holds.
Great. Well, I appreciate your time, Conrad.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.